So I just came down from there, from the creek. Here's where the old trapper's cabin is. Got my bear takedown on what's left of the walls. I love it. This thing was made by an axe. If you look, you can see all the chop marks for the copes. Yep. Awesome. Really awesome. Yeah. Piece of history here. An old trapper lived here. So, yeah, I'm not going to stick around until I got a pair I'm going to eat. Then I'm going to head out. I don't want to be anywhere near a grizzly bear. They spook me a little bit. So, story goes, these two old timers in town that I knew, they both passed away. And one guy everybody knew, and the other guy, like I say, I'm not going to say their names because social media. I don't know if the families would appreciate it or not. They probably wouldn't. So two old timers. I guess when they were younger, you know, when I knew them, they were the old mountain men of the Wind Rivers. One they considered the last mountain man. I got a lot of stories about him, but he and his friend, when they were younger, they came here. They said they got above the second lake. This is above the second lake here, so it might have been this meadow right here. Even they said they came along on their horses, and they saw a grizzly bear. And they were both on horses, and the one guy says to the other, "Let's chase that bear on our horses." And the one guy says, "I don't think that's a very good idea." Because they were young, right? Young and dumb. Well, they did. They both spurred their horses to chase a grizzly bear. Might have been in this meadow right here by this cabin. Very likely. And there's not really any more meadows. So they both spurred their horses, and when you spur a horse, you're going to lean forward because the horse is going to launch forward, right? So the one guy, you know, they spurred him, and they both leaned forward. One horse ran forward towards the bear. The other horse jumped backwards, and flipped the guy off on the ground on his back because he had leapt forward when he spurred. So, so all that his momentum and the horse's momentum flipped him backwards. Well, I guess he was laying on his back, and the other guy like chased the bear a while, and he came back, and the other guy's just laying there. He's like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, yeah, I knew this wasn't a good idea. I didn't think I really wanted to do that." Anyways, that's it. That's just kind of funny. I thought those old timers had a different mentality, you know. They lived life on the edge. They really did. They really, really did. A tree came down and smashed part of this thing. Just bam. Old trapper cabin. Grizzly bear tracks down there by the creek. I'm going to eat a pear, and I'm going to get out of here by myself. Like I say, I used to hunt up in here, but I don't do it anymore, but by myself. I actually had two. I thought I heard something. I had two grizzly bear encounters here. One was, I was by myself, and there was always this buck. There's a big old buck used to the back here. I'd see him every once in a while, but I could never get a shot at him. He's always in the timber. He's a big timber buck, huge. And one time it was raining, and I thought, I'm gonna get that buck in the rain. So I came out here in the rain, and I was walking, and it was right, that big hill there, the bald hill at the base of it. You kind of drop down and you get into this stuff, and that's where he was. He's at the base of that. He'd always run up that stupid thing. I could never get him. And anyways, I get out in the open here. I heard something back there. I didn't like that. So it's a little jumpy. I was in the rain, and I was walking, and there's this little hill where a little creek is, and the trail goes, and I walked past it, and I happened to look behind me, and there's a little tree, and a grizzly bear was no more than probably 30 feet from where I just walked. And he slowly walked up away from the trail. He let me go. He was waiting for, it was a game show. He's waiting for an animal to come down to ambush it. And he let me go. And that was spooky. And from then, I kind of never really hunted back there alone. Even I don't really like, I'm not in there, but even down here, it kind of got me a little jittery seeing those grizzly bears. I mean, those tracks were fresh. He's right in there somewhere. So, and they're hungry right now, nothing to eat. So the other time was me and my son were hunting, and my son goes, bear. He says, bear. And there's a bird. And when he said bear, I didn't see it, but we were elk hunting close to each other, and I saw it, and the bear shot across a pond. It was a pond that had a bunch of it was just a depression, not really much of a pond. But man, he just shot across that thing. Fastest animal I'd ever seen. And then he kind of got by the timber's edge and he looked at us. And then he kept on going. And I thought, man, if that bear had come at us, he would have got us before we really could have before he could have done anything. So I'm like, I don't know. And then off to the hill over here on the right, if you go over those mountains there, you drop down another valley. And we used to always see sow and cub tracks over there. And I'd also see the grizzly bear tracks up here. Me and my son went in, and it was muddy going up this one hill, and we came back down like 20 minutes later, and there were grizzly bear tracks. Those were big ones, and they were covering our tracks. I'm just like, oh my gosh, let's get out of here. And yeah, so I talked to the game and fish. This has been several years ago. The game warden, and he's not a game warden anymore, but over that whole, anyways, it's a long story. But I was talking to him, and I said, I think there's 5 grizzly bears up this canyon up at here. He goes, no, sorry. I said, I think there's 3 grizzly bears up this canyon. I know a sow, cub, and there's another boar up here on the left. And he goes, no. He goes, I know for a fact that there's 5. And this was a long time ago, like maybe 10, maybe even 15 years ago. He told me that. So now, who knows how many's back here now. They're kind of taking over. So I'm going to eat my pear, probably in the middle of this meadow, and skedaddle out of here, head home. I'm kind of tired anyways. I can't just keep walking. Oh, I saw the tail feathers. That was a bald eagle. Yeah, there he is. Oh, he's having a fight. Oh, what's he? There's 2 birds that are kind of chasing each other. That's a bald eagle there. Huh. Oh man. Oh, it's an osprey and a bald eagle. Bald eagle's after the osprey. Oh, that's cool. You don't see that every day. He's like, get out of my fishing hole. Those kokanee are mine. Well, maybe they're both bald eagles. I thought I seen some. Well, those ospreys are white underneath. But the one bird's quite a bit bigger than the other. I think it's a bald eagle and an osprey. Well, got the bear takedown, walking out of here. Hopefully I'll see a grouse. Used to be really good grouse hunting back there.